we'll let that one stand since it rolled inside the dice tray. So we have 3. Well, I can get him out of the infirmary, but I also have these threats that I'm dealing with. We'll send our engineer to repair the hull a little bit more. That's a tough call. Well, I can't go after the orbital cannon, so we will get our fellow crew member out of the infirmary, and there's really nothing I can do with the commander. And we have a bounty ship. When it's activated, it destroys all shields and damages the hull for 1. That's not a very pleasant thing to deal with. Let's see what we have. A 6. Nothing activates on a 6. We got lucky again. Got 4 crew members. Our ship's in better shape now. But we have a new threat that's going to show up. Ooh, a warbird. -3 to the hull and it ignores shields. We need to get that thing taken care of. Luckily it starts at 1 for its health. And I know it's off to the side there, but I'm going to go after it right away so it'll not be a problem. Let's see, I'm going to lock down the bounty ship because I don't want my shields to disappear. I'm going to send the engineer to repair the hull some more, fire the lasers for 1, and go right after this warbird since it can do so much damage without even paying attention to my shields. And then we got some raiders. -1 to hull, and they also ignore shields. They start at 2. And we got a 1. And a 1 doesn't activate anywhere. It would have activated the bounty ship, but luckily we used our stasis beam to lock that thing down. And that turned out okay. And we now have our full complement of the crew back, ready to go. And we have 1 threat, a couple of commanders. My slow and steady repair process continues. We almost got the hull completely repaired. But what do we want to go after here? We have raiders that ignore shields. The strike bomber sends 1 straight to the infirmary. The bounty ship destroys all shields, so that's bad too. How do I want to handle this thing? Man. I don't want that bounty ship to destroy all my shields. So for now, I'll fire the lasers, hit it for 1. Use the commander to break out some science. Lock that thing down with the stasis beam. And that's pretty much all I can do right now. And we got another rescue. It's a soldier. Discard to reroll all of the threat detected this round, and that takes 1 of the medical die to do so. Nice. Well, hopefully if I roll a couple of the threat detected, I also roll a medical symbol and I can use that right away. And we want to avoid 3s and 4s. I wouldn't mind taking 1 damage, but, well, a 2 is going to do 5. The solar winds are still lurking. And there's a 1. And a 1 does not activate anything. Good deal. We got our crew. And we got another threat. We're only one away from getting that extra one. But we did get a couple of lasers, and that will be enough to take out that bounty ship. Let's get that thing out of there by doing 3. I have the commander. I could use my medical to get one of those, or I could oh boy, what do I want to do? Yeah, I'm gonna go with the medical to get my crew member back from there. Yeah, I'll go that route. See if we get a new threat. And this is an internal threat. That's the red square. So if we roll a 6, we will boost morale, then return one of the threat detected to the returned area. And we got a 2, and that's the one we've been waiting for to drop. That's the solar wind. It's going to do 5 damage. 3 of them to the shield, 2 of them to the hull. And that's the only thing that's activated this time. Now that threat is out of the way, we need to get this ship repaired again. Flying through space is pretty rough on the ship, but we got a pretty good roll here. We have 2 engineers. It's going to give us a total of 3. So our hull is completely repaired. Our shields are still down. We could fire off a couple of lasers for 3. I'm going to take out the strike bomber first because it takes and sends things to the infirmary. That was for 2, and then 1 damage to the raiders. And we're going to get friendly fire. Immediately send all tactical die to the infirmary and discard. So our 2 go to the infirmary. That's not good. We rolled a 1, which activates nothing. We only have 3 crew members. Hopefully I can get a medical to get those 2 out of the infirmary. There's a medical. We got a couple of medicals. And we can recharge our shields too. Great. So 1 will get there, and that'll return them from the infirmary. Then I'll place another one to return, that threat detected die. And we'll place this here, get those shields recharged, and now our shields and our hull are in good shape. See what our next threat is, and it's a fighter. 1 health, does 1 damage to the hull. Now let me zoom out to get that in frame. And it's a 5, which activates nothing again. Getting lucky on our threat rolls. Gather my entire crew. We're all back. Lots of science going on here. Okay, there's nothing. Nobody's in the infirmary. No threat detected. Engineering's not going to do anything. So we're going to just go crazy with the stasis beam. And just stasis beam the heck out of everybody. So none of them will be able to activate. But we still have to roll the threat die because this boost morale is in place. And even since there are no threat detected die, it could activate. If it activates and there's nothing for it to do, then it just gets discarded. And we got an interceptor. This one's going to hit us on everything but a 6. And we got a 4, so our shields are going to take a hit from that interceptor, but nothing else is going to get to activate. We'll gather all these back up. Get ready to roll. Ooh, those two are leaning up against each other. I think it's going to fall to a commander. Okay, we'll go with that. So we got a couple commanders, we got a medical, we got some lasers. We can take that fighter out, or the raiders, because they ignore the shields. So I'll fire one laser, take out the raiders because they ignore the shields. I'm going to have my medical team get that back. I am going to put a stasis beam on the interceptor and use that to turn this into another laser, take out the fighter, and then do 1 damage to the interceptor. See what our next threat is. Cloaked threats. After the threat phase, roll the threat die again. So if we roll a 2, we have to roll it again. And this requires science to take care of. And it's a 3. Our orbital cannon was the only number that could fire. And it's going to do 2 damage. That'll be caught by the shield. Everybody comes back. I got to get those shields repaired. And we'll get those shields repaired. Got a couple commanders too. Some medical that we don't need, so we'll use the commander. Recharge those shields with my science. And then I will once again lock down the interceptor with my stasis beam. Use a commander. Change that to a laser to do 1 damage to the interceptor. And I will use the other commander, change this to science, lock up the orbital cannon. So I don't have anything to worry about. Now would be the time to roll a 2. Oh, I could have got rid of the cloaked threats. Well, too late. I already made my choice. But I have to draw a new threat, and my comms are offline. Man, lots of bad things going on. I cannot assign commanders until I use engineering to take care of that one. And it is a 4, which will activate nothing. Get everybody back. Alright, looks like we're about halfway through that threat deck. Lots of engineers, which is good news because I'm going to place 1 here, and that will take care of the comms that were offline. I'll use one of my medical personnel to recover that die. Now, during the assignment phase, you can send a unit to the infirmary to change another available unit to any face. So I'm going to send this one to the infirmary, turn this into lasers, get this interceptor out of there, then use my other medical personnel to remove him from the infirmary. See another threat, and we got the space pirates are coming back for another round, starting with 2. They do 2 damage to the hull or shields if we have them, and a 6. The morale boost would activate, but there's nothing to take out, so it just gets discarded. Space pirates are going to hit for 2, which will be absorbed by the shields. Nothing to worry about there. That looks like a pretty solid roll too. We are going to assign a scientist to take care of those cloaked threats. We can fire the lasers for one, hit those space pirates, use my commander to fire the laser for two more. One will hit the space pirates. The one left over, now with the orbital cannon, is the only threat. There's no threats over here. The one damage will take it out too. So now we're free of any external and internal threats. We don't have any ship to repair. We have nothing to return. And we'll just stop there. Grab another threat, and it's a big one. It's a big boarding ship. We need a tactical one to take care of it, and then they get hurt in the process and get sent to the infirmary. That's a tough one because it's a health of 4. And we rolled a 4, and that's going to do 2 damage, and our shields are depleted back down to 0. Now we need to go ahead and get, oops, sorry, I bumped the camera. We need to get a tactical, and we got one. We do have a threat detected though. Oh, we got a couple of commanders. So I will send this over here, and that will take care of the boarding ship, even though it has 4 health. If you use this, it gets rid of the threat, and that'll send him to the infirmary, but that's worth it to get rid of that 4 health ship, especially when I have a commander that I can turn into a health and get him right back out. Then I'll have the commander give me a scientist and recharge those shields. We're flowing pretty good right now, and we're getting the meteoroid. Starts at 4 health. Whenever activated, -1 to the meteoroid's health when destroyed. -5 to the hull. So it kind of ticks down. I don't know if I can attack that directly. I forgot about that. I wanted to look that up. Can I attack the meteoroid? Let me go look that up before I... Well, I'll wait till after I roll the threat dial, then I'll go look it up. And we got a 6, which activates nothing. We'll gather our crew, get ready to roll. But first, let me go offline for a moment and check out that rule to see if I can attack that to get it over with quicker. Okay, I looked it up, and yes, you can shoot it. Whether you take it to 0 health or it works its way down and becomes 0 health, it's always going to do 5 damage to the hull, so you're going to make sure you're ready for it. So I might want to shoot it and have it hit me, or all the debris from it hit me, when I'm able to absorb that amount of damage. Engineering, and then we have, well, not a whole lot going on there, is there? We'll put a commander to change him so we can grab our crew member back, and then we'll have a commander fire a laser at the meteoroid. And I don't want to put it to stasis because it's going to happen no matter what. And then we have the assault cruiser. Does 2 damage whenever it is activated. And it's a 2, so nothing is activated this time. Everybody's back and ready to go. Oof, there's a couple of threats detected. Good thing I got rid of that one that was there. The engineer is not going to do much for me. I am going to use my medical to get that back. I'll fire a laser, hit that assault cruiser. Then I will have the commander. Since I can't take it out completely, I will lock it down with a stasis beam. Hijackers. they also hit for 2. And it takes a couple of commanders to take them out if I want to do it that route. And that is a 4. The hijackers fire and hit the shields for 2. And that's all. So I need a couple of commanders to get rid of those hijackers the easier way. Well, I didn't get them. I can get my shields back. The hijackers and the assault cruiser do the same either way. They're both activated on a 4 and a 5. So I definitely want to lock one of them. I don't want to have to get hit by both. Use my medical to return that. Have the commander. Actually, no, I'm going to turn it into a laser to do another damage. I was going to maybe lock down the hijackers, but I can afford to take 2 damage to my shield. And we got a destroyer. Ooh, it does 3 to the hull. So a 1 would be really devastating right now. Ouch. And we got a 5, which will activate the hijackers, doing 2 to our shield. Okay. Got the full crew back. Now would be a time to fire these lasers. And I did not get lasers to fire. No commanders to change. Well, I got 1 laser. So I'll fire that for 1. We'll take the destroyer down to 1. Actually, I can use my infirmary ability, can't I? First, I'll bring that up. And then I'll send one of these guys to change this to a laser. And that'll do 2 more. 1 to the destroyer to get it out of there. And then 1 to the assault cruiser. Then I'll use my remaining medical to get him out of the infirmary. We got our fighter. Another fighter comes into play with 1 health. And there's a 5. 2 to the hull. 2 to the hull. For a total of 4. So our shields are depleted again. Got a couple of commanders. Let's get those shields completely recharged. I can get these taken care of. Well, 1 commander. Fire off a laser. I'll take out the assault cruiser. And I'm going to get my crew member back. And then we got the interceptor coming in 3. It can chip away at the hull. And we got a 1. That is going to take the meteoroid down 1. And the interceptor is going to hit the hull for 1. And that's the only 1. Yeah. All right. I need some tactical people that can help me fire these lasers off. Whoa. Whoa. So 3 of those are going to go there, giving us an internal threat of the robot uprising. On a 1, 2, or a 3, we have to send a unit to the infirmary. We need engineers to take care of that. 2 more of these bad boys are going to go on there. And then we have 1 medical personnel. No one's in the infirmary, So I'll go ahead and get one of them back. I can't do anything about those threats. Oh no, what was I thinking? I could have re-rolled all of those. Man, that was a bad mistake. Some raiders show up that ignore shields. We roll a 6, which amazingly activates nothing. Nothing at all. That was some serious luck. Now remember, you got soldiers there. Wait a minute. Did I draw another threat during the threat? I don't remember if the new threat was drawn. Let me check the video. No, I did draw during the new threat phase, so I did not make a mistake. And I already rolled these, and it's 3 commanders and some engineers. What do I need to take care of? I need to take care of this robot uprising, so that engineer will take care of that. What's the most dangerous thing we have over here? The hijackers do 2. The raiders ignore shields. The raiders are at 2. So if I use 2 commanders to turn both of those into tactical, that'll be 3 damage. I can take out the raiders who ignore the shields. And then I'll take out the fighter with the 3rd one. See what our new threat is. Cosmic existentialism. Must be completed before assigning any other science crew, and it takes a science crew. So the first science crew I assign has to be that. Okay. And it's a 4. I think these both activated, didn't they? Yeah, good thing I got rid of both of those, because they activate on a 4 also, along with the hijackers and the interceptor. They do 3 total, but the shield has 3, and they do not ignore shields, so that worked out okay. Lots of engineers again, and only one laser. So we fire the 1. I'll fire that at the interceptor, because then I can have the commander. Yeah. Let's have the commander do another one. That way it's a total of 3. And then the 2 remaining on the interceptor are gone. I could... No, I don't want to go to the infirmary. I only want to really use this when I have a medical available to get him right back out. Yeah, I'm not going to. Distracted. I have to put a die on here. And I can use 2 medical, or if I roll a 3 or a 4, this goes away. So I'll put one of these on there. Right now a 3 would be good, because that doesn't do me any damage and it'll free my die. A 5 activates the hijackers, who will do 2 damage because my shields are down right now. Darn it. And there is another threat detected. We'll take care of the cosmic existentialism with my scientist. And I'm going to recharge my shields. I don't like having no shields and already having damage to my hull. Oh, don't panic. Nothing happens. That's the last one of those we're going to see. But that was a good time to get it. And again, a 3 would be great. A 2 activates nothing. And we're down to just 3 crew members right now. Oh, we're going to get some crew members back, but we're also going to activate a new threat. And it's a panel explosion. I cannot assign engineers, and I need health to take care of it. That was bad timing because I got 2 engineers and I was going to repair my hull. Well, that means I can't do anything else. Wow, that's rough. And down here we have a scout. If you lost hull this round, lose 1 additional hull. I didn't lose any this round, but that may change right now. And there's the 3. That's what I wanted. That will return this die. Great. We got that crew member back. So now we have our full complement of crew, and that 3 does not activate anything else. Thank you for watching. Please take a moment to click on these links and consider supporting the channel through Patreon. If you'd like to make a one-time donation, the link to my GoFundMe page for equipment upgrades is in the video description below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, and check out the other videos on the channel. Your support is appreciated, and I'll see you in my next video.